The medical wing of the Galactic Coalition station fell silent as the shift changed. Dr. Veskar, a Quillarian physician with 6 delicate appendages, reviewed the quarantine protocols for the 1,000th time. Behind the reinforced doorway of Isolation Chamber 7 lay something unprecedented. A human. The creature had arrived 3 cycles ago aboard a damaged freighter, unconscious and bleeding from wounds that should have killed any sensible species. Command had immediately declared him a Class 5 biohazard. Humans were Deathworlders, apex predators from a planet that the Coalition had classified as inadvisable for visitation. Their very presence triggered instinctive fear responses in 70% of known species. Protocol was clear. No interaction until full psychological and biological assessments were complete. The human would remain sedated, contained, and isolated, but someone hadn't received that message. Or perhaps they had and simply didn't care. Veskar's primary eyes widened as she approached Chamber 7. There, sitting cross-legged directly in front of the sealed door, was Orcs. The Villarni male was massive even by his species standards, nearly 3 meters of corded muscle, chitinous plating, and predatory grace. His kind had evolved on a world only marginally less hostile than Earth itself. They were the Coalition's security specialists, their enforcers, their last line of defense. They were also supposed to be patrolling the station's outer rings. "Security Officer Orcs," Veskar said, her translator rendering her chirps into Coalition standard. "You are not assigned to this sector." The Villarni's head swiveled toward her, compound eyes reflecting the corridor's pale light. "I am aware, Doctor." "Then you know you're in violation of duty assignments." "I am aware." Veskar felt her chromatophores flush with frustration. "Officer, the human is sedated and secured. There is no need for—" "There is need," Orcs interrupted, his rumbling voice carrying an edge she'd never heard before. He woke up. The physician's appendages went rigid. "That's impossible." "The dosage—" "He woke up," Orcs repeated. 16 hours ago. I was conducting standard patrols when I heard it." His mandibles clicked softly. He was screaming. Veskar accessed her medical terminal, her appendages flying across the holographic interface. The sedation levels showed normal. Brain activity indicated deep unconsciousness. Everything read as it should. The monitors show no such event. "Because he stopped when I arrived." Orcs shifted slightly, and Veskar realized his posture wasn't casual. He was positioned to defend the door, not observe it. He was calling out names. Human names, I think, Sarah, Marcus, Tom, over and over. Deathworlders often experience neural disturbances under sedation. They were his pack, Orcs said quietly. "The crew of his freighter. I accessed the incident reports. They didn't survive the accident. He doesn't know yet." Silence stretched between them. Veskar found herself looking at the sealed door with new understanding. Behind that barrier wasn't just a biological curiosity or a potential threat. It was a person who had lost everything and would wake to find himself alone, surrounded by aliens who feared him. "Protocol states," she began. "Your protocol is cowardice dressed as caution," Orcs growled. "My ancestors were apex predators, Doctor. I recognize my own kind. That human in there?" He gestured with one clawed hand. "He's a predator, yes, but he's also pack-bonded, loyal, and grieving. When he wakes, truly wakes, he will be dangerous. Not because of what he is, but because of what he's lost." "And you think your presence will help?" "I think," Orcs said slowly, "that when he opens his eyes in a strange place surrounded by beings that fear him, someone should be there who understands. Someone who won't run." His compound eyes fixed on her. "In my culture, we have a saying. Only predators can truly trust predators, for we alone know the weight of restraint." Veskar wanted to argue. She wanted to cite regulations, to reference the xenopsychology reports, to explain the carefully calculated risks. Instead, she found herself thinking about the human's medical scans, the old scars that cross-hatched his torso, the calluses on his hands, the evidence of a life spent in hard places doing hard things. And she thought about the crew manifest. Sarah Chen, engineer; Marcus Webb, navigator; Tom Rodriguez, communications officer, all dead, all gone. And the human, identified only as James Foster, cargo specialist, didn't know yet. "I should report you," she said finally. "You should. I could have you removed by station security. You could try." There was no threat in his voice, just simple fact. Vesikar stood there for a long moment, her medical training warring with something deeper, something that transcended species and evolution. Finally, she accessed her terminal and made a notation in the medical log. Security Officer Krathox has been temporarily assigned to Isolation Chamber 7 as a cultural liaison specialist, she said aloud, watching the words appear in the record. His species' psychological profile suggests compatibility with Death World species management. Krathox's mandibles spread in what might have been a smile. Thank you, Doctor. Don't thank me. When Command reviews this, both our careers may be over. She turned to leave, then paused. Officer, what will you do when he wakes? The Valarni settled back into his vigil, his massive form somehow both threatening and protective. I will be here. I will not run. I will tell him the truth about his pack. He was quiet for a moment, and then I will listen. Because sometimes that's what a predator needs most. Another predator who understands the cost of survival. Vesikar left him there, sitting guard over a door that didn't need guarding, protecting a human who didn't know he was being protected. It violated every protocol in the Coalition handbook. But as she walked away, she found herself hoping that when James Foster finally opened his eyes to a universe that feared him, he would see Krathox first. And perhaps in that moment of recognition between two apex predators from different worlds, he would understand that he wasn't entirely alone. Behind the sealed door, unmonitored by any instrument that mattered, James Foster's heart rate settled into something almost peaceful. And outside, Krathox maintained his vigil, breaking protocol with every passing moment. Some rules, after all, were meant to be broken.